Hi, everyone. I'm Josephine, CEO of WHub, Hong Kong's largest startup platform. And at Power Connector, we help startups scale and grow their business by connecting them to resources that they need. Today, I'm super honored to have the opportunity to grill Jonn as part of the annual CEO grilling series at Wild Digital here. He is currently the CEO of Photobook Worldwide, the largest online photo product company in Southeast Asia. So without further ado, I just wanted to kick off easy and let Jonn introduce himself and ask you about how you got to where you are now.
Hi, Josephine. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. So I am pretty much a Malaysian. Spent most of my years growing up in Malaysia. Moved to UK when I was 18, and then actually started my career as a management consultant after I graduated from the LSE. So very much a consultant type, and started getting into tech when Rocket Internet came into Southeast Asia. So I'm probably one of the earlier Rocket Internet employees. Became part of the co-founding team of Zalora here in Southeast Asia, and just stuck with it. I always loved e-commerce, always liked the tech scene. So today I run Photobook. I've been doing that for the past 7 years now, and we are now in about I think we ship to over 100 countries, but we have 7 offices globally and 3 production sites as well. So we're definitely growing from strength to strength, and we are definitely on to something really, really good here.
Yeah, for sure. So you essentially grew Photobook Worldwide more than 5 times and achieving more than 2.5 million orders a year, which is really impressive. So how did you manage that once you got into your position? What has changed, and what kind of new initiatives have you put in place?
I think there's really no magic bullet, right? I wish there was one. And it was really about working through every single aspect of the business. We looked at, when I first joined, we looked at pricing, we looked at the marketing activities that we did, and even down to the product itself, right? Whether the product was good and what kind of customer experience we were delivering. I recall that back then we took almost 1 week to reply to some of our customers' emails.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this is mind-boggling. There was no way this was actually acceptable to any culture, any country, any customer. So we really went through the whole process of, fixing everything. And there's so many facets of this business, right? It's actually quite a complex business. So, and they're all really intertwined. So for example, even if we have great marketing and it was really doing well, but if we were not able to ship it out on time or deliver a great customer experience, it will still fail. So really we started working on every single facet of it. And as we started really getting it to work not just on one aspect, but on multiple aspects, the growth started coming. And I think customers really can feel it, they can see it, and they rewarded us, right? We started seeing some really strong growth. Of course, we are also global, right? We sell to a large number of countries, and that really helps, because that just means that we have a lot more levers to pull for that growth, right? So, if we're not doing not just the Malaysian market, but because of North America, Asia, we have so many levers to go after it. And I think that because of all these different markets that we can still enter, I think that the best growth years are actually ahead of us and not behind us, and that keeps us very excited and very motivated as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important. We were talking about just before this started how important it is to put your customers first, and customer service is so key to everything, especially e-commerce, right? But essentially, I wanted to take a step back and ask, with the rise of kind of social media and people are kind of used to needing instant content and so used to scrolling through pages and pages of content, does this really go like hand in hand with the idea and business of Photobook, which is more tangible, like images and photos?
Yeah, I mean, in the last 15 years, I mean, we've always, since we've been around, social media has somehow, has always been around as well, right? So in some shape or form, right? I mean, from the Friendster days to the Facebook days and all that. But that never really, stopped us from really growing. And you can see that, we're doing fairly well today. And so media. I think some people see it as a substitute. There's no doubt about it. Some people prefer to have their photos on the social media platforms, on Instagram, on the Facebook. But some also see it as a compliment, right? Because they may want some of their more private photos to be printed out. What they share may be, the super glamorous, the super nice ones. but actually there could be some more private photos which they prefer, to only share with their personal friends and family, right? So, it's really a bit of both, right? I don't think that it is purely a substitute, nor is it a complete complement. And it's really up to us to make the most out of it. Social media is here to stay, and we are here to stay. So we just have to find a way to really, make it work, right? And we're planning a lot of things in the coming month, and hopefully that will make us an even stronger ally of the social media platforms.
Yeah, I'm sure there are ways that both can complement each other, like use both platforms together. Just wanted to build on that. You have over 50 types of products that you offer at Photobook Worldwide. What kind of products do you see like that people tend to purchase the most or use the most?
Well, books is definitely our bread and butter, right? So that's always been a very core part of our business. But we are definitely seeing a lot of new categories that are coming up. So home decor is a very, very big category for us today. So people are decorating their houses with our canvas prints, our wood prints, even posters as well. And the gifting category is also increasingly important for us. We saw a huge demand for those gifts during the pandemic, right? So we were seeing a huge growth in personalized jigsaw puzzles. People buying them, making them at home. We were also surprisingly seeing things like personalized luggage tags doing really, really well. And we were very surprised. We were thinking like, where are people going, right? I mean, the world was in lockdown, and personalized luggage tags doing really well. It's like, okay, maybe we're missing something here. But there are also a lot of people who started making cards, like greeting cards, to wish each other well, to stay strong and stay safe during the pandemic. So I think that we've definitely played a very relevant role in the past 6 to 7 months during this whole entire crisis.
Yeah, that's amazing. You were just answering the next question, which is how consumption has changed because of obviously the pandemic. But do you see any of these trends sticking or like staying for the longer term?
Yeah, I think so. I think that a lot of people would have made the assumption that it's difficult to make a personalized product. And just like how they thought it was difficult to buy groceries online, and a lot of people tried it for the first time in the last 6 months or so, and they realized that it's not that difficult, right? We have a lot of ways to help our customers, from the templates that we do to our customer support, and of course we are having more and more automation embedded into the whole process. So I think people are now realizing that actually making a personalized gift is very, very easy. It's very, very, very affordable, and those things will tend to stick. And I think from the whole entire COVID experience, people are realizing now that, how important family and friends really are. And we want to play a part in this realization, right? We are seeing a lot more customers making our products, not just for themselves, but for their friends and family, and not just, not just because they need it, but because they sometimes want to relive the moment as well, right? They want to relive some of the memories with families, even relive some of the travel memories that they had, right? And be able to share
luggage tags.
Yeah, exactly, right? To really relive those moments and share it again with their friends and family. And our products are really inexpensive. I think that a lot of people will not be able to find these kind of products at this price point, a personal product for the price points that we do, right? So we like to think that we are recession proof, and so far it seems to be the case, right? We're doing fairly well, even though the economic climate is not the best at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think nowadays people really are reminiscing the good times or looking forward. So it's kind of a perfect transition to like use these photos and make like tangible goods where you can really look at and like use on a daily basis. So also wanted to tap into a slightly different angle about sustainability. So, there's a lot of talk about living a minimalistic lifestyle, maybe spend less or buy less. How does Photobook kind of combat this and the approach towards this mentality or this trend?
Yeah, I think it's a very important question for us. First of all, we built a product to last, right? So we're not a single-use product. It's not something that you take, you receive, and you just use it one time and you throw it away. We actually have multi-generational products. So our products can actually be passed on from generation to generation. It will last lifetimes, right? In fact, we believe that our product will last up to 100 years. We don't know that for sure yet because our company is not 100 years old, but we believe that our product will last more than 100 years. So we put a lot of emphasis to quality because we want to make sure that our products are not just something that people just throw away, right? That people can keep, reminiscing and keep reliving those moments and again and again. So I think that's the first thing that is really important and a really big distinction between our business and the other businesses out there. But it's something that's really, really important to us. And we are very much part of the equation. We know the role that we play in. And we have launched many initiatives on it. For example, we only use paper from sustainable forestry.
Okay.
Our products don't contain any single-use plastic. We took away all the single-use plastic. And another example would be like 2 years ago, we wanted to reduce the use of plastic. And we challenged all the logistics players from DHL to Post Laju in Malaysia to GDAX and all that. And we said we want to remove the plastic flyer that actually wraps our products. Okay. And they challenged it, right? They challenged it for many reasons. This DHL international SOP. And we said, no, we don't think that we should have a plastic covering our product because we believe that we created a relatively waterproof packaging. So we believe that we can do away with it. And finally, after months and months of back and forth, we managed to take it away. And we were probably the first e-commerce company in Malaysia to do away with the plastic flyer. And over the past 2 years, we have saved millions and millions of plastic flyers. So that's one thing that we did. By the end of this year, we expect that 20% of our factory's power consumption will be solar powered. By the end of 2023, we believe that 50% of our energy will be solar powered for the factory, right? And in fact, we actually internally, late last year, we set a goal for us to be carbon neutral by 2030, which is a very, very aggressive target because most companies are targeting 2040 to be carbon neutral.
Yeah.
And my team was like, hey, I don't know if we can make this happen. This is really, really difficult. And my counter argument to that was very simple. I said, look, 10 years is a really long time, and we underestimate how much we can also do as a human race, as a company in 10 years. So that's what we're really going for. And it's something that we'll probably hope to make more public to our customers as well by next year.
Yeah, I love it. Love all these initiatives. Love to hear more. We should take this offline as well. I'd like to take this opportunity to kind of shift it to a more personal angle. Your life as a CEO and a bit more about how you've, the times you've encountered some difficulty maybe at Photobook. So just to start off, you are known to take quite a different leadership style, maybe more innovative, if I could put it, maybe spending time sitting with your employees, really getting to know them. Or I've heard that you spend time interviewing your potential candidates' families to see if they fit within the company culture. How do you think you see differently when you've joined as a COO and really challenged the status quo?
I think a lot of times, I'm really able to connect with a lot of my team, right? Really primarily for one reason, which is the fact that we are of the same age. I think most of the time, a lot of the new joiners, the graduates and the executives and even some of the managers, we're honestly about the same age, right? And they see me as, okay, CEO, but actually they see me, but the reality is they see me more as a peer, right? They interact with me more like a peer. And I think that I'm really able to harness that, right? Because when someone sees you as a peer, they become a lot more honest with you. And I think that honesty is what really helped me in my approach, right? They're honest about what really works, what doesn't really work. And more importantly, they're very honest in sharing knowledge as well. And I was really able to learn really, really fast because I have all these people who are very happy to teach me, right? They were very happy to just treat me as a peer and just tell me everything they know, what worked, what doesn't work. And they can be very free in saying their minds. And if you know Asian culture quite a bit, not every company is like that, right? In some companies, you cannot really speak your mind. Here, they speak more than their mind, trust me. They talk shit at me sometimes, just give me a hard time as well. But that's the kind of culture that we have. And I would say that that really helped the innovation, right? Because for me,
yes,
the foundation for innovation disruption is knowledge. If I cannot innovate something I do not understand, so I first need to know. I have to build a very strong foundation of knowledge before I'm able to make the changes and drive those changes forward. And you know, I think that with me, they kind of know, right? You know, like when it's work, and I'm very serious at work. But when it's time for fun, you know, I hope it can also be fun sometimes. So it's really two sides of the coin. But I think that culture of, you know, really treating each other as peers without any hierarchy is, to me, how I deal with it and how I go through the innovation process.
That's perfect. So have you encountered any, like, would you share like one difficult time that you faced as a CEO at Photobook Worldwide, and how did you overcome it? Like one very memorable one that you think the audience would be interested in.
I think that the first couple months at Photobook were some of the hardest. You know, I was making a lot of changes at the company, and a lot of people were very uncomfortable. I mean, that's also to be expected. I think one of them actually spent 5 minutes going on this rant at me, just cussing me, like with every single cuss word possible, right? I used to cuss a little bit too last time, man. And even then, you know, he really wowed me with his stamina and ability to have such a diverse range of cuss words at me. He just kept going on and on and on, right? Full blown, right? And it wasn't like one-on-one. There was someone else on the call as well. It just went on and on, right? Wanted me dead and all that shit, right? And that was, and to me at that point, just after the call, it really made me wonder at that point, right? Like, number one, am I at the right place? Number two, am I the right guy for this job, right? And I think the third thing is like, is this really how I want to spend my life, right? I don't want to spend my life, you know, that sounds like a difficult life, right? Getting cussed at every single day. So firstly, I must say, you know, I'm very thankful to the founder, right? To our founder who stood by me, right? And because he could have, you know, very easily just regretted bringing me on board if he was getting so much resistance. Maybe he did, I don't know. But you know, I was very thankful for that, for him standing by me.
Yeah.
And secondly, you know, I think the numbers started moving, right? So, and to me, that is the quickest way of actually solving it, right? This is the beauty of e-commerce. This is why I like e-commerce so much. The numbers don't lie, right? If I'm doing the wrong things, if I'm on the wrong direction, the numbers will decline. If I'm doing the right things, if I'm doing well, the numbers will increase, and it's just a matter of time. So as much as I was making everyone uncomfortable and it was a difficult time, the numbers started moving. And you know, most people are rational. They started seeing the numbers and they realized that, hey, maybe this guy is onto something, right? And maybe we can get back in the game. So that anger, that frustration, you know, from the team, that resistance, that slowly turned into curiosity, right? They started becoming curious, like, hey, so yeah, why is it that we're doing so well? You know, what's going on here, right? And then over time, that turned into motivation, hunger, drive to really become the best at what we do, right? So I think, you know, I just believe in people being rational and being able to see things for what they really are. And I'm a numbers-driven guy, so that's, to me, is the best way of me doing it. And in a way, I'm quite grateful for the experience, right? Because after that, I'm known to be quite protective of senior people who join me, right? At least in the first few months. So they know that, okay, in the first few months, I'm usually quite protective of my senior leadership because I know how hard it is to be parachuted in, you know, at a senior level, right? You can almost imagine, you know, the resistance that you will get from the team and all the kind of situations that they will face. And so I work very closely with them to try and preempt it and try and break it down and hopefully go through the same process of turning anger and frustration into curiosity and into hunger, motivation, and success.
Amazing. Well, we are actually kind of running out of time, but I still want to squeeze this question in and wanted to ask you, what is your daily routine like and how do you actually spend your time outside of work, given that you are juggling so many things at once? I just wanted to hear. Yeah,
well, I have two young kids, a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old. So, and a German Shepherd as well. So I think, you know, I think I've completely answered your question. My life, honestly, is just work and them.
Yeah.
And and it's not always easy to switch off and on. I must admit, sometimes you're just in a meeting, having a tough meeting, in a room, especially now, during this time, we're just in a room all the time at home, and then you open the door and your son's like, "Hey, Daddy, let's play," right? And it's not easy to always switch off and on.
Mm-hmm.
But someone once told me that God wouldn't give you something that you cannot handle, and so I've kind of just learned to handle it. And because I'm an ambitious guy, I don't just want to handle it, I want to thrive in it too, right? So I really don't think I want to die being just a great CEO, but I think it's more important for me to be a great husband and to be a great father. And I think that's kind of like something that I feel very strongly about as well.
Yeah. It's so good to know that, at where you are now, it's also like you manage work-life balance. I think that's really important for everyone to hear. It's not just all work or not just all one thing. You can have both if you, are willing to do it and willing to prioritize your time. So I think that's the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Jonn, for spending time to speak with me. So yeah, if our audience wanted to reach out, would you say what's the best way to find you?
LinkedIn, right? I'm very active there, so just find me on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the evening, then.
Right. Thanks, Josephine. Thanks, everyone. See you. Take care.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.